From the newsroom at news.com.au.
G'day, I'm Andrew Bucklow and this is the latest from the newsroom. It's Wednesday, the 7th of October. Well, it's all about the budget today after Treasurer Josh Frydenberg opened up Australia's chequebook like never before. Here's news.com.au Shannon Malloy with a list of the winners from last night's budget.
Low and middle income earners are the big winners. Those earning $40,000 will pay 21% less tax, which is a saving of about $1,060, while those on $80,000 will pay 11% less, or about $2,160. Combined with that, a special offset will be continued, meaning singles will get in total about $2,745, while dual income families get $5,490. And here's the kicker, you won't have to wait until you do your tax in July next year. These tax cuts will be backdated to July 1, and within months your take-home pay will increase. Job creation is a major part of this budget. Businesses are being encouraged to take on trainees and apprentices, with the government subsidising 50% of those wages. This is a $1.2 billion investment that will fund 100,000 new jobs across Australia. Bosses who take on new employees will be eligible for a wages subsidy of $200 per week for those aged 16 to 30 and $100 per week for those aged 30 to 35. The payment will last for 12 months, with the new employee needing to work at least 20 hours per week. The government will spend $14 billion on highway, bridge and rail upgrades, with major projects funded in every state. Another $2 billion will be spent on improving road safety on a use it or lose it basis, with the money given to another state if it's not used in a timely manner. A further $7.5 billion in infrastructure funding will be brought forward for shovel-ready transport projects across Australia. This investment is expected to support 30,000 direct and indirect jobs.
And on the flip side, here are the losers from this year's budget.
Firstly, the Liberal Party. The deficit in this current financial year will explode to a record $213 billion, while debt will soar to $703 billion. And by 2024, net debt will hit almost $1 trillion. It's all very painful but very necessary, Josh Frydenberg says, and marks a new fiscal strategy, record spending to support the economy. The most vulnerable Aussies miss out in this budget. There's no rise in the base rate of the job seeker payment, which jumped as a result of COVID, and there's also no flagged extension of that extra payment, which is due to run out in March. In the 2021 financial year, $9.1 billion will be provided to public state education, while the non-government private school system will receive $12.8 billion.
Overseas now, and US President Donald Trump has said he will be ready for the second presidential debate against Joe Biden. The two leaders were scheduled to meet on stage again on October 15 in Miami, but that was before Mr. Trump was diagnosed with coronavirus last week. After discharging himself from hospital and returning to the White House yesterday, Mr. Trump tweeted that he is looking forward to the debate and that it will be great. Okay, to entertainment now, and Meghan Markle's former Suits co-star Patrick Adams has revealed he's too scared to call the Duchess. Now, Adams, who played Mike Ross on the show, said he hasn't seen Markle since her wedding. He said he had no doubt he could pick up the phone and call her at any moment, but wouldn't know what to say. He added he hadn't called out of pure fear, saying, "I guess I'm scared about the idea of breaking through whatever walls exist to have that conversation." Get some balls, boy. And finally, in sport, and rugby's strategic push into NRL Heartland could be about to take off, with moves to introduce a Pacific Island Super Rugby team into Western Sydney. No formal talks have taken place yet, but Rugby Australia is ready to pounce after New Zealand shafted the Pacific Islanders by reneging on their promise to allow them to join the Kiwi competition. Well, that's it from the newsroom this morning. We'll be back with another update on the Arvo.
Your update from news.com.au.